Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews! And in today's review, I will be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, Micromasters, STORMCLOUD, and Visper. Very tiny figures, but fun figures to mess with as well. So, let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for these two little figures. So let's get it on, man. Let's go! And here are little STORMCLOUD and Visper fully transformed into their jet modes. And they look pretty cool, you know, they're cool little jets. I do quite like their jet modes. Pretty cool. So the first jet mode we're going to take a look at is Visper's jet mode. Now, his original name is Whisper, but they kind of changed the name to Visper. I don't know why. I guess they lost the rights to the name, but anyway. But yeah, here is Visper in his jet mode. Cool black and red jet mode. I do quite like the design of this jet. Got little Decepticon symbols right there on the tail fins. Got some red paint as well on the wings. And yeah, pretty cool. You can't see his face just hiding out right there. just a bit in his face right there. But hey, and here's the top. Here's the bottom, and you can see the whole robot under the jet. Well, it's a simple transformation for this guy, so yeah. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool jet mode. I will say I do quite like the jet mode right here. So yeah, it has no articulation, so what you see is what you get. So there you have Visper in his jet mode, and let's bring in STORMCLOUD and take a look at him. So yeah, he is this black and purple jet, which is pretty cool, and I do quite like there are 4 pegs on the back, you know, 4 super pegs, so you can actually plug in some effects parts if you really want to, or you can actually plug in the effects parts right here, so you have him blasting off whoosh right there. And got nice silver paint on the cockpit, a bit of black paint right here on the nose cone, got the Decepticon symbols right there. And there's the top, there is the bottom. He's actually doing a weird yoga pose, but hey, you know, it's a little tiny figure. It's a simple transformation for this guy, so yeah, there's not a whole lot to it. It's nothing spectacular, but still, it's a really nicely done jet mode, I will say. Pretty cool. And this kind of serves as a landing gear, which is kind of clever. So so that is pretty much it for the 2 jet modes. So now let us reunite these guys with some other Micromasters, shall we? And speaking of which, here are STORMCLOUD and Visper compared with the other Micromasters that I have reviewed so far. And you can see we have Rumble, we have Laserbeak, Ratbat, Ravage, Bombshock, or Growl. I forgot what their names, but Growl and Bombshock right here. You got Astro Squad, Blastmaster, and Fuser, and you have Direct Hit and Power Punch combined together. We got Flak, Top Shot. This is either High Jump or Power Train. I think this is High Jump. Yeah, this is High Jump. That's Power Train. That is, I forgot their names. That's Daddy-O. That's Trip Up. But these two, who are these two? I've totally forgot. Oh no, hold on. I just remembered. This is Groundhog, that's Roller Force, and this is Growl, and that's Bombshock. But anyway, so that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. Okay, I think that is pretty much it for the jet modes, and now we can talk about their combined weapon mode. Yes, we're not gonna go look at this is my tongue malfunctions. Let's talk about the weapon mode first before we get down to their robot modes. Okay, so their weapon modes, because this is quite easy, you know, Visper is ready to go for STORMCLOUD's transformation. You just have to bring out the cockpit section right here and just bring that up. Just tab that in, just like so, to reveal this this handle right here, and you can just plug this in together. Just plug them in together, and they combine to form a jet sword thing. Okay. But it looks pretty cool, I will say. I think this is one of the most successful weapon modes I've seen from the Micromasters. It's quite cohesive, you know, it's quite color coordinated, I will say. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of an homage to that Star Saber, that jet sword in Transformers Armada, which is pretty cool. So now you do have a 5mm post right here, so you can actually take one of your deluxes. For example, I'm going to take a Skytread right here, so you can see how this works. So this can actually go into Skytread's hand, and there you go. Skytread is holding the jet sword, which is pretty cool, I will say. Yeah, that is a nice sword that he has. That's pretty cool. But now the main question is, can this be held by your core class figures? Well, let's try it out, shall we? So let's try Mr. Starscream right here. Let's see if he can hold it. Let's see if this little peg right here can actually go into that port. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? Can this go in? Not really. Oh, wait. If you press it hard enough, there we go. So he can hold it, but he can't really hold it up because he's very, very small. It's going to make him front heavy. So, but yeah, he can actually hold it. That's nice. That's nice. Hey, we discovered something. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, the core class figures can actually work with these weapons, so that's pretty cool. So alright, so I'm just gonna unplug these two, plug them in half, and just put them back into the jet modes, and there we go, done. So now let us transform these two guys into their robot mode. So who shall we go with? Let's go with the old-fashioned way. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one shall we transform first? Looks like Stormcloud. Okay, Stormcloud will transform first, and then we'll transform Visper next. Alright, so for Stormcloud's transformation, you want to take this whole cockpit section and just bring this up in the double hinge and just tab that in, and there we go. And you want to untab the legs from the wings and just straighten them out and just rotate them down, and there you have one leg all done and ready. And the same thing on the other side, just untap this, bring that down, bring this down, and there you go. So just bring this around, bring that around, bring the arms around like so, and flip the wings back just like that, and there you have little Stormcloud fully transformed into his robot's mode. He looks pretty cool, I will say. Yeah, looks like a really, really cool robot mode. Of course, he doesn't have a lot of paint here and there. His whole body is all in black. You know, the purple with the lower legs, and you got sewer paint on the hands. He doesn't really have hands, but he technically has cannons for his hands, which is pretty cool. But yeah, nice yellow paint for the face, and that's it. And he does have a big hole in his chest. Very, very hollow in his chest, but that's unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, pretty cool, I will say. I like the design. Would have been nice if it was painted, but hey, if you do have a paintbrush, if you're good with a paintbrush, you can paint this up real nice like so. Yeah. But yeah, does he have head articulation? Not really. No, he doesn't have head articulation, but the arms can rotate on the ball joint. The wings do get in the way of things, so it can't really rotate a full 360, but the arms can actually move in and out. You do have an elbow joint, which is cool. You can go both ways. You can break his elbows if you want to. The legs can move up that far, can move back only that far, and you can technically do the full splits. You got a bit of rotation at the hip, and you do have a knee joint, which is really nice. And that is pretty much it for the articulation. Yeah, there's nothing to write home about. Nothing much to write home about with this figure. So, but still, it's a little fun pocket toy to mess with. So let's put Stormcloud off to the side for now, and we shall focus on Visper's transformation. So let me zoom in so you can actually see it better. So there we go. So now, for Visper's transformation is really simple. You want to take this whole cockpit section right here and just bring this up and just tap that in and just untap the arms, put the wings back, there we go, and just put this around, and that will reveal his head, and just flip out the feet, and we're done. There we go. That's easy. Very easy transformation. And Visper has a really cool robot mode also, I will say. I think Visper might be my favorite in terms of the jet mode and the robot mode, which is pretty cool. So yeah, as you can see, he has a nice silver paint on his face, which is really well done. And got a little bit of red paint on the sides, which is nice. And got a little bit of silver paint on the kneecaps, on the shins rather. So yeah, other than that, there's not a lot of paint on this figure, but I do quite like his design way better than Stormcloud. So yeah. Now his articulation, due to the hinge right here, his head can technically look up, but it's gonna reveal a long neck, which is really weird. The shoulders can do a full 360, which is really nice. They can move in and out. It technically looks like he has an elbow joint, but no, he does not. His elbows cannot bend. Would have been nice if they actually worked on an elbow joint on this figure, but hey, it is what it is. No wasteful, unfortunately. The legs can move up that far, can move back only that far, and he can pretty much do the full splits. And he does have a knee joint, which is really nice. The feet can actually move downward due to transformation, and that is pretty much it for Visper himself. So let's just bring in Stormcloud. You can see how these two look together, and they look quite good together, I will say. They look like cool figures to have in your collection. They're cool little fun figures to have in your collection. So now, let us move on to some robot mode comparisons. Here are Stormcloud and Visper compared with the Kingdom Core class Starscream, so you can see how they scale with one another. And of course, the Micromasters are much smaller than the average core class size figures, so yeah. So yeah, they're a bit wee, they're little wee, so yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to the next set of comparisons. And speaking of which, here are Stormcloud and Visper compared with the other Micromasters I have reviewed so far. So we almost got all the Micromasters in this frame. We only got 2 more Micromaster sets to review, so yay, that's exciting. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Micromasters, Stormcloud, and Visper. And they're cute little figures. I do quite like them, you know. The only qualm I have with these figures is that it's the lack of paint. You know, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if they had a lot more paint, then they would look so much better. But yeah, they have fun transformations. I do quite like the transformations. They're fun, they're smooth, they're enjoyable. So yeah, and I also love the weapon mode. So the weapon mode is quite successful, very cohesive, and yeah, I do quite like this set very much. So but yeah, so if I were to rank this set from a scale of 1 to 5, I will say it's a 5 out of 5. That's right, it's a 5 out of 5. So well done set right here. So if you don't have these Micromasters yet, I would recommend this set because they're a lot of fun. So yeah, there's a lot of playability in this 2-pack. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So alright, so I think that is pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can always check out my Siege Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed while posting to that playlist in the description down below. And also, if you have enjoyed this video review, go ahead and slam dunk a like. Oh wait, go ahead and slam dunk a like on it. I will appreciate that very much. So yeah. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Siege and Micromasters, Stormcloud and Visper. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out. Yay!